welcome to a first aid instructional video brought to you by Survival Dads in conjunction with the United Kingdom Survivalist Network. Hi everybody and welcome to Survival Dads. So today I want to show you different kinds of trauma dressings. So these are dressings that you might use for major bleeding when out in the field, at work, at home or at play. So I'm going to start with the very basic and work my way up to the more advanced versions. Okay, so to start with, I'm going to use a standard absorbent dressing. So it comes like this, comes packed in plastic normally, and this is normally what you'd find in a standard off-the-shelf home or work first aid kit. So they do work. They're not the most effective, but they're ideal for minor wounds. So if I open it up, as you can see, you have the actual bandage itself there, which unravels. Let's fold it up a little bit. And then you have the absorbent sterile pad here. As you can see, it's pretty thin. It'll work in a pinch, but it's by far from the ideal. So these are also the cheapest, and they'll work, but I definitely recommend upgrading. So up next we have this, which is a joint service dressing here. So think of the old military style. Pretty cool, quite bulky, and when you open them up, this one's a little bit unraveled, but it kind of looks like this. So you kind of have the two ends there, which are really long, and you have a absolutely huge absorbent sterile dressing there. So see, that covers up quite a bit of room there. These are really good for absorbing blood, but it can be quite difficult to really get the pressure because they don't really have any give to them, and you'll see that shortly. So that is a joint service dressing there. A little bit out of date now. Most militaries are now moving towards what I'm going to show next. Okay, so next we have this, which is an Israeli or emergency pressure bandage. There's a few different types of these. Some actually have a bar which you put on, then you loop round and you can really get the pressure on it and go round. Others don't. I've got one here which doesn't. So these are really, really good. Obviously there are the clues in the name. They were designed in Israel. They've fought quite a few wars recently, and they're only a small country, so I guess they want to keep their people alive. And they put a lot of time and money into developing these. So this is an Israeli dressing, and they're packed full of features. So first of all, they're really elastic. Has a large wound pad there. They come in different sizes. This is one of the smaller ones. At the end here you have a nice big loop here. So it's great for self-application. Stops it from spinning around like that, which is really good. And also, unlike these and this, it actually is sewn together, so every foot or so you have a bit of thread that keeps it all together. So if you drop it, that's as far as it will go, and then it will unroll again once you break that bit, and it will stop again there, and again there, and again there. Obviously this one I've used before because it's a training one, but that's really good for keeping your dressing out of the mud and the leaves, because you don't want that. The nurse will moan at you if it comes filthy. So these are fantastic. As you can see, they vacuum pack really small, especially compared to one of these. difference is quite considerable there. So they're pretty good. Next I have this, which is basically a trauma dressing, very similar to an Israeli, again really thin, but this is more designed for the civilian market. So as you can see, the Israeli is a nice drab colour, and this is a nice sterile white. So you don't have the loop for self-application, but you do have an awful lot of springiness. So this is a small size, it has a super absorbent sterile pad there, and you can really get some good pressure with that elastic. So with this one, at the end, much like the Israeli, you actually have a bit of Velcro which stops it, so you haven't got to do a fancy knot or anything, and it really keeps it nice and tidy. So they're good, but I don't think they're quite as good as an Israeli. So yeah, for me, Israelis every day of the week. There's a reason why military use them. Obviously, in an active war zone, there's a lot of stuff going on, some incredibly traumatic injuries, so I like to have the best, so I got the best. So there you go. Dressings come in all shapes and sizes, as you can see. When you get some, I definitely recommend ordering 1 or 2 more so you can practice with them, because if something serious happens, chances are you're going to be panicking, and you don't want to waste time trying to read instructions. You just want to know exactly what to do. So be sure to train with them. Thanks for watching. Hope that helped a little bit. Stay safe, keep the blood inside you, and I'll see you soon.